Hello, fellow traders. Mark Abramsky coming at you. This is a newbie video on how to use your trading platform. As you can see here, this is an FXCM MetaTrader 4 platform, but it's the same as your iTrump platform. It's the same as any other MetaTrader 4 platform that's on the web right now. Of course, we talked about it, a bid is a sell and an ask is a buy. The currency pairs, as you can see here, there's the big 8 up here, are all traded against each other. In other words, the euro is uh, traded nicely against the US dollar, you can see it there. The US dollar Swiss franc is traded, in other words, you're buying one and you're selling the other, and you're always selling or buying the very first currency pair in the pair. So how do you do that? And you basically just highlight the area. Let's say you wanted to trade the euro US dollar, and you double click with the left side of your mouse, and it brings up an order. And of course, we have volume, we have our stop loss area, and we have our take profit area. Your volume should be based on the size of your account that we talked about. So this is, you can see 5 lots or $500,000. And on a $5,000 account, that's way too much. We would want to be trading at the maximum, maybe a $10,000 lot, which would look like this. And I just make it, that's 0.1, which would be $10,000 or one mini lot. And you can see that the euro US dollar, we would either buy it or we would sell it. Okay? And so that's basically how you bring it up. And it doesn't matter what particular currency pair you do that way. You'll still be buying or selling the very first one, and so you could just put a sell or a buy. There's also different orders, okay? There's pending orders. Remember, there's a buy limit, there's a sell limit, there's a buy stop, and there's a sell stop. And it's all based upon where price action is. You can see on Friday that the euro closed at 1.2950. So a buy limit would be below price action. In other words, we're going to buy. We're not in at the market. We're going to buy. Price hits a certain area below where the current price is. A buy stop, of course, is where we would enter into a trade if price came up to hit our order, which would be above price action. Conversely, if we have a sell limit, it would be we would choose to sell the euro US dollar price moved up to get us. So in other words, you're putting your sell limit above price action and your sell stop below where price is, okay? So it's all relative to where price is in the market, okay? So, and once again, your volume is your risk. Your stop loss, of course, is built in, and everything is in pips. So it's how far away you would like the market to move before you admit that you're wrong, or how much you want to lose. Usually you want to risk only 1 to 2% of your account on any trade. So that is the essence of doing orders in a nutshell. We will move forward and we'll look at the various tools and where to find them on your platform. There's your indicators. You can play around with them. You can see that there's various indicators. You just hit it on the plus or minus here, and you open your indicators. You can go to your oscillators, and they have, average true volume, demarker, commodity channel, and all this sort of stuff. They're all lagging, but anyway, you can just to get them on your charts. You just go. Let's say you have we want to put this particular indicator on. We just left click on it and we drag it over, hold it down, hold your left click, and you see it brings up the custom indicator box, and you just put OK. And there it is. See, it came up on our chart there. So that's all you do when you want to access your indicators. To get rid of it, we right click on our mouse and we say delete indicator window. There it goes. If we want to get rid of it again, once again, if we can't do it that way, we go to charts and we go down. Normally there would be an indicator in there in the indicator list. We would left click on the indicator list. It would bring up the indicator. Let's say, I'll show you the example. So if we had the accelerator indicator on here again, and we wanted to get rid of it this way, we go to charts, the indicator list, which would bring up our indicators. We left click on accelerator, we click on delete the indicator, we close the box, and presto, the indicator disappears. All right, So we go across here and you can see the various time frames. We're on the 4-hour time frame right now. In other words, every one of these candles that you see here all along here is 4 hours. But you can go to a 1 minute. See, each one of these candles is 1 minute. You can go to a 5 minute. Each one of the candles here becomes 5 minutes. You can go to a 15 minute. Each one of the candles becomes 15 minutes. And on and on and on, all the way up to monthly, where each one of the candles is 1 month. Okay, anything from 4 hours up is a strong time frame to be looking at. In other words, to determine which direction the market is going. Anything below 4 hours is more market noise. So remember that as far as your time frames and looking about where price action may go or why it might move to a certain area. Plus we have our own systems that we follow anyway, so we don't have to worry too much about trying to figure out things. We have automated systems with rules which keep us in the trade, and that's in your courses. The other things, we go to the file, which we click down on, and if you're anywhere, if you're kind of a techie, you can open up your data folder here if you want, and that's how you do it. You just sort of left click on the data folder, and what does it do? It brings up all the various inside programs for the MetaTrader 4, and this is where you find everything in relation to your documents and all that stuff. But I'm not really a techie, so I would ignore that for the time being. Your view, in other words, you can choose the type of view that you want. You can get rid of your market watch. What's your market watch? This area, I wouldn't recommend it because that's where all your quotes are. Your navigator, which is where all your indicators are and your accounts. And this is how you draw your lines, your trend line. You just left click on the trend line and you place it at the very top, and you just left click on it and you hold it till it gets to the end of where the trend is, and you let it go, and there you have a trend line. So you left click on it, hold it down, and move it along here. Okay, double click on it, hit the right, and then you delete it. That's how you do that. Okay, to draw the straight lines, this is the straight line. When you just left click on a horizontal line, you can see it right here, a vertical line. Left click on the vertical line and puts one of those in like that. This is your cursor where you can find out horizontally and vertically where particular support or resistance is. This is a support where price sort of bounced on this area. You can see this is a resistance where price bounced, but it fell off. This is your Fibonacci tool. We'll get into that later on in later videos. And this is where you can zoom in. See, makes the candles bigger, or zoom out. Okay. And this is where you can make the chart move towards you or further away from you. See the little red arrow here, and you go to your charts, and that gives you all the objects on your charts here. You can go down. It takes away the grid, because normally your trading platform will come up, and these charts have like a grid. It goes back and forth. You can get rid of it by clicking on the grid here, left clicking here. Okay, you can zoom in, zoom out here, auto scroll. All these things are also on your charts icon here. Tools, once again, you can put a new order using your tools. Options, you can set a variety of things, which we'll go over in future videos here. Okay, and to bring up your chart, or to create a new account, we'll go back here in a second, and all we do is we go to accounts, we left click and highlight it, then we right click, and it says open an account, right? You put your cursor over that, left click on that, and it brings up, an account. I would go with FXCM Great Britain Pound demo. You can choose whichever particular currency you want, but then you just push next, and if you push next, it brings up, you want a new demo account. If you wanted to keep the same one, you just push existing trade account, or a new real account, you would just click on that little area too. And then you go to next, and just keep following the rules. That's how you open up a new account, and then a finish at the very end. And that's this video to show you basically how the trading platform works, and how to use your currency pairs, by highlighting them, with a left click, and double left clicking, and it brings up your orders. changing your volume, putting your stop loss, and taking your profits, finding out the type of order that you want, either selling or buying. Okay? And there's a number of ways to work this sort of stuff, and we'll learn a little bit more about it as time goes on. Hope you've enjoyed the first video, and we'll post some more videos.